Well, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm at Corey's house. I just put the baby down for a nap, hoping that he will stay asleep a little while. And I thought we could film ourselves eating lunch. It's actually Corey's idea. I said, yesterday, me, Mom, and Dad got Mexican food. So I'm eating my Mexican food leftovers right now. Got the baby monitor out so I can see what he's doing. And we're just gonna have a good old time eating lunch. I told Corey we need to enjoy it because this will be could be one of the last times we eat lunch together, it just being us. I mean, I have my baby, but just
I know what you mean.
And it's the funnest, bestest, coolest thing in the world, but it's different. It's a whole nother world.
Yeah.
I have some cheese dip on this plate.
That sauce is good, but I should be smart. That will set my heartburn on fire so bad that I will regret it for days. If I'm careful, it's manageable, so
That could do it.
I should watch what I'm doing. So good though.
I like Mexican food probably as far as like actual Mexican restaurants go. There's one in Andrews, North Carolina. A town or so over from us, and it's a really good one. That's the Monte Alban. There was a Monte Alban in Murphy too, and it's really good. There's a table troll under me. Wants a tiny piece of chip. The weather's been really nice here lately. We have had a little rain, but we've also had some very beautiful, sunshiny, clear sky days, and that has been so nice. Mom and Dad have been really busy doing some gardening. Of course, I would love to help them more than I'm able to. I'm just on baby duty most of the time, but I have had some nice times of just getting to go outside and look around and enjoy it. I know we've all really been pleased with the better weather because it seems like there for a few weeks earlier in the spring, all it did was rain.
We had so much rain.
And then when it gets warm outside, you're anxious. Oh, I want to get out, I want to do something, but you can't do anything because it's raining so much. So nice to have a break.
It's crazy.
Like I said, if you want more cheese dip,
Thank you.
I have a whole thing over there. I can reheat some.
Thank you. I got some leftover chicken and rice and veggies. We had this for supper the other night, and I was able to eat some yesterday's leftovers for lunch and today, so that's cool. I like leftovers.
Me too. I said that I just said Mexican, like takeout food, but this is a cheesesteak taco.
I love that. I love Mexican food.
I don't know if that's a thing everywhere else, but at least in the Monte Alban it's a thing. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Comment below if you on the cheesesteak taco train.
Oh yeah.
Very good. This is so fun. This is a thing that we don't get to do too much as I would like to, just because babies are hard. They take up time.
They do. It is nice to get to eat lunch together. No, I mean, I guess this is our first, not our first meal together in this new house, but
Just like our first little thing, just me and you, maybe.
yeah, like just me and you sitting at the table, like,
So that's cool.
yeah.
Mom and Dad are actually gone to funeral service for a distant family member who passed away, and it's a drive, and I just couldn't. It's several hours away, and I just couldn't make the ride with him. And I told Corey, I know how hard it is to sit in the car for that many hours when you're pregnant, and I know that's hard and it's painful, and I'm sure they would understand.
I felt pretty bad about not going, but
I think you have a pretty good excuse. Pretty good reason not to go. And plus, I kind of asked Corey, I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'd like it if you stayed. It's just nice to have somebody stay with me. I was fine, but just in case something were to happen or I need a little bit extra help, so I kind of persuaded Corey. I said, if you don't, stay with me, that'd be nice.
yeah, just to have help. And at 9 months pregnant, sitting in a car ain't real. Sitting in general, I truthfully prefer to stand because you can lengthen out and you can get more air.
It's true. I have terrible posture.
Well,
but
yeah, I mean, I had terrible posture anyways, but most of the time I'm more comfortable up and walking and standing. I don't sit down for a lot of time
it's true.
because I can't stand it.
Me either. You have to pray for our family member who passed away.
Happened kind of sudden.
Yeah, I did. He just had cancer and got down pretty sick, and I know that he's in a better place and he's no longer sick, so. But he's gonna be missed, so you have to pray for him. And unfortunately, his wife got diagnosed with cancer too.
Right after he did.
Yep. So, you have to pray for that family.
Yeah. And we know we've got a lot of comments on the channel of people saying that they're fighting cancer or their loved one is, so we're definitely praying for y'all. And as we say all the time, this is a prayer family. So comment your requests below. I mean, we pray for your family every day, and we do. We want to be there for y'all, and we sure appreciate it when y'all, you've been here for us from through it all. Want me to get more cheese?
No, I'm saying I will if you get some.
Want me to cook it in the microwave?
You could put it in a little bowl. We probably should microwave it in that.
Probably not. I'll get some more cheese.
I'm getting very excited as time goes and time rolls on. I'm excited to meet Corey and Austin's new little addition.
Baby boy.
And it just seems like time moves so quick before you know it. I feel that way about Ira. I just whipped, bam, boom, blinked my eyes, and he was here. Thinking about Granny, kind of an update on her. She's doing pretty good. Kicking it pretty good. I'm telling you, I don't know anybody tougher than her. She's hanging in there pretty good. And we're all very proud of her and very happy for her. She's doing okay. You can keep praying just for that to remain, for that to continue to be a thing. But she's doing pretty good. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
We're sitting here eating lunch, and it makes me wonder, like,
This is very hot.
hot? Okay.
I thought 30 seconds would. It's very hot. Just
Okay, we'll be careful.
what are you gonna say there?
It makes me wonder, what's everybody else eat for lunch? Do you work
Yeah.
a job where you don't have time? Maybe you have a short lunch break to run out and grab something. Do you pack your lunch? Do you always have like a go-to? There's some people who are like, I don't care to eat the same thing over and over. It's my favorite. It's my go-to. I know some people like a little bit more variety. This is kind of an off thing for me. I mean, it's just because I had leftovers from eating out, and we don't eat out all that much. So I would usually, if I was not eating this, probably eat a ham sandwich. That seems to be, I eat a lot of ham sandwiches, fruit. Would probably have leftovers from supper, maybe for lunch or something like that the next day. What do you think, Gwen?
Yeah. Leftovers. Sometimes I do breakfast for lunch. Like eggs and fruit or some little vegetables, saute them on the stove. I like turkey bacon. I like regular bacon.
I really like turkey bacon too.
But something about, since I've been pregnant, probably just because my body needs more food to feed the baby, I've always loved regular bacon, but it just hurt me when I ate it. It's just hard to explain. I just never felt good after eating it, but now that don't seem to bother me. I can eat it as much as I want.
Wow, it's interesting.
Pretty much everything in the past that seems like it used to mess with me, I just feel like I can eat anything now. And
I kind of felt like that too.
yeah, I think a lot of that probably is just because my body needs so much more to send to the baby, I guess. But
More calories.
yeah, you'll have to let us know. Are you eating lunch when you watch this? You eating another meal, or maybe you're not eating at all and you're doing something completely different? These chips are so good. Thank you for sharing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and I've got more. I can always go get more.
And this is plenty right here.
Didn't
know I'd get chips and cheese and salsa with my lunch today.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing you a little surprise.
Yeah. I actually have a, a surprise for you. I have some key lime pie left in the. Oh, there's a piece that we need to finish off.
Ooh, wow,
If you want some of that.
that sounds good. I feel like I can say the same thing now. Like those things that before I got pregnant, I'd be like, oh no, I don't eat that. That hurts my belly, or but then I could just eat anything, and I feel that way now because before I would never eat pancakes. You'd never catch me eating pancakes ever, because
we love them. But after both of us, after we eat them,
they just didn't sit well. So I'm like, no, I don't do pancakes. Pancakes just ain't something, no, I'm not gonna do that. But now, I can eat as many pancakes as I want, and nothing happens to me. Like, before it'd just be too much of a blood sugar thing, and now, like, I'm not gonna lie, I had 3 pieces of French toast for breakfast.
That's what I had.
Really?
Yeah. I made myself French toast this morning. What'd you eat with it?
Nothing. I just ate it, but Dad made it with blueberries in it. I don't know how he did that, but he had blueberries in the toast, and ooh, it was good. Dad usually makes my breakfast. It's very nice of him.
Very sweet.
A lot of times he'll do that. Sometimes he'll make my lunch too, but lots of times he'll make my breakfast. If he don't, I won't eat it.
He's a sweet guy. Always has been. That's so funny. I never make French toast for breakfast. Once in a blue moon.
It's good.
I was laying in the bed last night and I said, in the morning, I'm out of my cereal. I'm making French toast.
I'm doing French toast.
That's funny.
Now I would do cereal or something for breakfast just because it's easy and fast, and sometimes that's all I have time for. Just gotta grab it when you can get it.
I ate the last of it yesterday.
Your fancy cereal?
Yeah. I think we got more on the order though.
I have fancy cereal that I like.
That's really the only kind we eat. It's like sprouted brown rice or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I think it's healthy as far as cereal goes.
I like to put marshmallows though.
That probably takes
healthy.
away from it. It is good. I like to put strawberries in it.
Fresh strawberries in any kind of cereal is really good. I won't lie. Of course, the Fruity Pebble Apple Jack train is like really good.
Oh my gosh.
But I haven't ate that stuff in years, and the reason I won't do it is because I don't want to start. I don't want to
Get back on it.
Yeah, I'm afraid if I taste it, I'll be thinking about it. So if I just don't ever eat it, I just won't ever want it. So I just won't do it.
It's so good. I mean, you can't beat a bowl full of some kind of sugary cereal. It's just not good for you.
There's no nutrients there, but
No, it's not something you want to eat all the time.
no, but not a big deal if you do that every now and then because it's something you enjoy. Who cares?
Oh yeah.
I would say this takeout food's not the healthiest, but it's okay. I'm not just gonna eat it every day.
No. The majority of what we eat is rice and vegetables and meat and potatoes and fruit and that kind of stuff. So
Could live off meat.
I could too. Of course, in the first trimester though, I was like, I don't ever think I can eat meat again.
Same. It was like, oh, so nasty to me.
Whereas before I could eat meat 3 times a day. Now I'm back to that. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I can eat beef again.
It's appealing again now.
I couldn't eat beef for months. Weird.
I really like this Olipop.
It's pretty good.
It's about the only soda I'll drink.
Yeah.
Everything
Usually
else is
stuff
like,
to buy.
yeah, I don't know. It's like the fizz and everything else is like
Too much.
too much. I'm really weird about that. It's like people are like, that's why you drink soda because it's carbonated, but if it's too strong, it like somehow hurts my throat.
I know what you mean.
I'm weird like that. I was like grown before I drank any soda when I was a
It
kid.
is true you wouldn't drink it.
All I drink was water. And if there wasn't water, I just wouldn't drink nothing.
Yep. And we're still pretty much, that's the main thing we drink now is water still.
It's just easy, it's quick, it's fast. I'm always somewhere where there's water, and it's free, and it's just boom, done.
I'm more lucky. We got really good wells here.
Oh yeah, we do.
I'm so thankful that we're on our own wells instead of on city water.
We're lucky about that. We're very lucky for that.
Me and Austin were on a shared well at our old house. Went in city water. And it was alright, but it ain't like the water here. The water's way better here.
Something about this holler, all the houses in this holler, all the water's just really good. And other people are like, what are you talking about? Really good. It doesn't have a taste, but it does. To me, it does.
Yeah. And the wells here are really deep. I wonder if that's partly why the water's so good, because they had to drill so deep to get to the water.
Yeah. I mean, there's places where you've got to drill hundreds of feet.
So then it has all that rock and stuff to come through to be filtered. I think that makes it better, maybe.
I'd have to ask Daddy. He worked on several well drilling rigs just over the years. And he would talk about like different places, how far they'd have to drill, or just different things about the quality of water here because of that. I remember him telling me all kinds of interesting stories. One time he said they had their drill rig way yonder down somewhere like in Unaka, some off out of the, just remote, out of the way place to drill.
I think we have someone who watches from, is it Unaka or Hanging Dog? I know.
Probably more than one person.
Probably, yeah. So if you're from Unaka or Hanging Dog, you got to comment.
Off down there in Violet, just out in the middle of nowhere. It might have been somewhere like that, I don't remember. He said they were drilling and he heard something. And he said, what is that? And it was a deer had got up under the drill rig. It wasn't her. I think it run under there after the fact. And they were like,
can't live here.
I had to stop production to get that deer out. He had all kinds of interesting stories.
But the deer was fine. It wasn't harmed.
Oh no, it wasn't.
It just wanted to.
I'm not sure why it wanted under
be
there.
Under there.
Yeah, and then there was the time where he got into drilling and he said they thought that they were around a sinkhole because the drill started caving in and giving way. He said that was really scary.
That was so scary.
And I said, what'd you do? He said we immediately quit drilling and somebody run up to the cab and got in it and drove forward just to get it all that weight on the back off the ground. I was like, oh my
Those
gosh.
heavy trucks. And then of course there was the time ages ago when, long story short, basically the drill exploded, and there was a guy, the guy who run the company, he's passed away now.
He was old then.
He was old then, and was he on the top?
He was standing on top of the drill rig when it exploded and it blew him off. So he fell off, but when he fell off, he kind of stepped off backwards and he broke his foot. But before he fell off, it sprayed hot, like boiling oil all over him.
And he was hurt bad.
Ooh, yeah.
And Dad really basically he saved his life. Because he carried him, and he was a big guy, like
probably like
much bigger than
6'3" and 280 pounds, something
more
like
than
that.
6'3", probably 6'5" or 6. But Dad had to drag him a long ways, and it was super cold, and he had to make sure.
Dad had the flu.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And Dad, I remember he said he took off one of his big Carhartt coats and put it around him because the smoke was, you could die from smoke inhalation.
Yeah. That was a bad situation.
And then it caught the woods on fire around him, so he would have to move him ever so often to get him away from the fire, and they did finally, but they had to get an ambulance in there, and
that was a lotted property. They were drilling on lots, so there was hardly any road system.
No. So they had to like bring it in the road and then carry the
stretcher down,
like down an embankment.
And then they carried him up there, and he made it, but he was just in really bad shape because when he blew off that drill rig, if Dad hadn't run in there and got him, the drill, it caught on fire and burnt down.
Yeah.
He would have actually caught fire, and then of course being covered in a very flammable material, and so he just had to drag him up through there. And that poor Keith, he was worried that he was going to die of blood loss because he broke his foot. He was not in danger of dying of blood loss, but his foot, Dad said his foot bone was out his shoe. That's how bad his foot was broke when he walked backwards off the drill. It was a really bad situation, but Daddy saved his life.
Daddy is a tough guy.
He is, and he healed.
Oh,
Keith healed to live quite a bit longer. He only died a couple years ago.
Yeah, he lived a long time after that.
I'm proud of Daddy for doing all the hard stuff. He did all kinds of just old dirty hard work just to
provide for us.
Well, the best job he ever had, like the most like like that job, was when he worked at the college and in the county job, and that was only in the last 10 years.
But that was still maintenance, and he had to pull toilets all the time and go to the jail and
work like a dog.
But now, that's why we're so tickled to have him home. I mean, growing up, I just always thought, well, Daddy works. Daddy works, and that's what we used to say when we were kids, but he'll have to work until he's just broke. And he broke down until he can't go no more. But we're so thankful to God and so blessed and happy, that he was able to retire and come home and work with Mom. Which, of course, if you're watching this and you don't know, our Mom has a channel, we'll leave a link in the description. You want some key lime pie?
Sure. What's funny is he works just as hard now.
Oh, yeah.
But he does
absolutely.
But he does it as something he wants to do.
Yeah, it's different because it's stuff he enjoys doing.
Gardening and he wears many hats and cooks and
helping with
cleans
the baby and cooks and cleans and works on me in Austin's house, and
He needs to do some work on Granny's house, and I mean, just all sorts of different. He wears. I mean, but we're very, very, very blessed and so fortunate to have somebody in our life that can do that. That can wear all those many hats. I'm so thankful that I've got a man in my life that I can say, hey, can you help me do this? And he can. He just, thank you. You just ask him, and he can do it all. He can do anything. It's so wonderful having that handy person, the handyman. It's awesome. Saves you a lot of money too. Corey has made some pie, and I really enjoyed this lunch. This is so special that we get to do this together, and just something different to kind of break up the day, just to make it look a little different. And what I love about this is I can bring Ira down here, put him in the nursery. I can watch him, because it's kind of hard to travel with a little baby. I'm not kind of comfortable with it yet. So maybe in time it'll be a little easier. But
oh yeah, but it is nice to be able to just be together.
It's fun. We can do all kinds of fun stuff. I told Corey we could look at the nursery, and I can help you do anything if you need me to, or just visit, or just have a good time. Whatever you want to do, we could just do it.
Now I'm about completely full, so I want a small piece.
Oh, I want a small piece too. I'm telling you right now, those Mexican chips are good, but they'll fill you up real quick.
So I want this piece, and you can have the other piece.
Oh, Corey, come on. Why don't you cut me off a piece? Like, cut? No, Corey, don't do it. Cut it in
We
half.
gotta finish it.
I know, but I may eat off of it and then not eat it, and then who's gonna, you know what I mean?
I'll eat off of it if I,
Okay,
if
well,
I
we'll
have
save
space
it.
left.
If we need to save it, we can save it. Ouchie boo boo.
I'm sorry.
So I do that one hand, and I think my fingernails are thin down at the bottom, and that just was too much.
Bent backwards.
Yeah, kind of. Oh my goodness. After eating all that, if I eat all this, I'll be sick.
I know.
I'll have a belly ache, what'll happen.
I'll be ruined for the rest of the day.
We don't
But
want
we
no
gotta
belly ache.
finish it off.
No belly aches, Corey. Another thing I'm really happy and pleased about y'all living here is, of course, I just want you here. Where Corey and Austin own a part of the creek now. So I feel like anytime I want to come down here, of course my aunt and uncle didn't care either, but
No.
I can come down here and be like, just gonna browse around in the creek and come in and see what you're doing. And
I never thought we'd own waterfront property.
waterfront property.
I know.
We still have the table troll with us.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just boring, like I don't have anything
You're
interesting
not
to
bored,
say.
are you kidding me?
I'm tired though. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. Most of the time I'm like extremely
Yeah.
sleep deprived. Like extremely sleep deprived. So I'm like, I don't have anything interesting to say.
I think these videos,
I'm old and tired.
people like these. I love videos like this, just to watch someone just sit and talk and have like a peek into their life and what their life is like. It's fascinating.
It is just because it's like, I don't know what other people are doing. Like,
Yeah.
what do they eat for lunch? Like, I even know some people who eat a good, hard, heavy breakfast morning, and then don't eat again until supper.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I found this lady recently
Watch me eat this whole thing. I'm sorry,
Eat
you
it.
I'm fat. That's all
You're
I
not
know.
bad. Eat it. I seen this lady recently on YouTube Shorts, and all her videos are about what she makes for her kids, what her kids eat in a day. Oh wow, it's so fascinating. Her kids are eating good. Let me tell you right now. It's awesome. I think it's so cool. She makes some of it is what I would consider, like rice and vegetables and
Yeah.
meat, but she got some good cooking skills. She's wow, she makes some good looking stuff.
You've got some very good cooking skills too, Corey.
Yeah. I try.
I like to cook. I just ain't got the time to do it now, but I do enjoy it.
I love it. It's fun. It's really fun to try out new recipes and kind of come up with ideas. And once you cook long enough, you know like what you like or what your family likes, you can kind of come up with stuff in your mind and
Yeah.
think, well, that'd probably be pretty good.
I like doing that, like not following a specific. Just because I know I know the kind of seasoning I like, I know the kind of ingredients I like, so just put them together.
Most of the time I don't follow recipes. Now for like a pie,
Oh, yeah.
I can't come up with
Bacon.
that off my
We're gonna have
top
to
of
do
my
that.
head, but
We did that one time. I guess it was for Christmas Eve. This last Christmas Eve, the shrimp like pasta. So I just cooked the shrimp separate, made the pasta, saved some of the water, and added it with some cheese in a skillet, made my own sauce, cooked some vegetables, and just put it all back together.
That was good.
I mean, I didn't really follow a recipe. I just thought, okay, well, I could do that, and then, you know, and you could follow a recipe, and it probably would have been better, but
I made that the other day, and it wasn't even 1/4 as good as yours. I didn't like
it
it.
was fine.
I didn't care for it. Austin said it was okay, but I didn't like it.
I tell you who makes really good shrimp pasta is Paul. Uncle Paul, he don't make his own sauce, but he gets this special, like, he says it's the sauce. It's a certain sauce, and he said you can't put too much, so he'll never put all of it in one thing. And it's like a cheese sauce, but it's got basil in it, and it's that basil that makes it good. So he's so funny. Paul, our Uncle Paul does love to cook. He's the ultimate bachelor. He never married or had any kids, but he is the ultimate bachelor. He lives the coolest life and does the coolest stuff. He really does. Like, he's awesome. He cooked like kind of like the shrimp pasta, and he has like this wok. So that's what he'll do. Yeah, that's what he'll do. And then he'll start by putting a little oil in the bottom, and then he'll start with his vegetables. He'll put his vegetables in there, get them good and seasoned, cook his pasta separate like I did. And I don't remember if he did the shrimp separate or not, but when he puts it all together in this big pan and puts the sauce on it, I was like, oh, Paul, you need to open your own restaurant, because you could serve this and people would be begging for more of it. It's just really good. He's really good at doing any sort of pastas and adding meat back to it. He's done that before with chicken. He's got the lowdown on the vegetables, because he says the carrots, that's where it's at, because they're sweet. They end up really sweet. He's just a good cook. So
That's cool. I've thought before about getting a wok, because that you can really sear stuff well.
yeah, and that's it.
That's part of that that taste. I mean, you can sear stuff in a cast iron pan too, but another thing probably is I used frozen shrimp.
Yeah.
And after it's been froze like that, it comes up with a lot of liquid, and then when you cook it, you got that much liquid in the pan. You know,
if you can help it, I mean, it's best
if you had
to
it fresh, it would.
Yeah.
It would, or at least even if it just come straight from the freezer, from the grocery store that day, instead of then sitting in my freezer for like 6 months or more.
We but I forgot I said we did that on Christmas Eve, and that was a new Christmas Eve tradition, or at least we did it one year, because I'm sorry, like this whole entire video, I've never looked at the camera. I'm obsessively looking at this baby monitor, as if this baby's moved once, because he's not, and I'm just like, oh, can I get closer in here? He's moving now. Of course he would. I jinxed it. But I said it was a new Christmas Eve tradition, because we would always do Christmas Eve with Miss Cindy. Of course, she passed away. Corey and Austin were gone to his family's house for Christmas. So I said, let's do something different, all of us. And I said, Paul, why don't you come up here and we'll cook something? And that's just what we ended up cooking. I tried my recipe several days ahead of time as a practice, but Paul said he would cook it, and I'm glad he did, because his was better than mine. And we all ate it and enjoyed it, and Mom and Dad had their oyster stew. They continued on with that tradition without Miss Cindy.
Which I think they have a video about that. We'll put in the description.
So we'll see what we do this year, because we don't eat new oyster stews, so we have to cook something else.
Austin loves oysters. He'll eat them raw or cooked.
Oh, okay. Well, then just literally it will just be me. Okay. Un momento.
All right. Well, I think it might be time to feed the baby, so we're gonna hop off here. But we appreciate you joining us for lunch. Like I said, drop a comment. Let us know if you were eating lunch when you watched this, or another meal, or maybe doing something else totally, completely. But as always, thank you for watching. God bless you. God keep you. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.